Australian Television Network and associated stations presents The Bert Newton Show!
Hello. Good afternoon to you. Thank you. And welcome to the show. Today, I think we all... Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's lovely of you. We all know today is what? 1, 2, 3?
Bastille Day.
Lovely. I said to my assistant floor manager just before coming out, I said, you know what today is, don't you? He said, oh, yeah, Friday. Today is French Bastille Day. Now, John Deeks is here. John, 1 second, please. A little... That's his French. Mr. John Deeks with his French impression. OK. What happened on French Bastille Day, John?
Bastille Day, they came, all the peasants were revolting. And
I'll tell you what, I know what the feeling's like.
And they came in and they stormed and then they chopped all the rich people's heads off. And
Get off.
What happened then was...
If I had more time, ladies and gentlemen, I could give you a very brief history lesson on French Bastille Day. In actual fact, as you would know, in many areas of France today, they're not actually celebrating Bastille Day because a lot of people feel that it's the wrong celebration. But we didn't know they were going to be unhappy when we were preparing the show. So we want you to pretend that it's a wonderful day for everybody, French Bastille Day. Matter of fact, of course, the slogan for Bastille Day, I think Voltaire said it originally, liberty, equality and fraternity. Or something like that, and I think it was in race 2, number 3. To open the show for today, it's nice to welcome our regular group on the show. Gosh, it's nice saying that, the Phones. And from Les Miserables, they have One More Day, the Phones.
Do you hear the people singing a song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again.
When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes.
Will you join in our crusade? Who will be strong and stand with me? Beyond the barricade, is there a world you long to see? Then join in the fight that will give you the right to be free. Do you hear the people singing a song of angry men? It is a music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes.
Another day, another destiny, this never-ending road to Calvary. These men who seem to know my crime will surely come a second time. One more day.
I need not live until today. How can I live when we are parted?
One more day to revolution. We will nip it in the bud. We'll be ready for these schoolboys. They will wash themselves in blood. One day to a new beginning. Every man will be a king.
great opening to our special Bastille Day show from the phones. Lovely. Beautiful music from Les Miserables. Our first guest for today is one of Australia's busiest comedians, but it's always great that he finds time to join us. Please welcome Paul Martell. You're not French, are you?
Why am I here? Irishman on Bastille Day.
Well, that's the way we do it here, you
Listen,
see.
you don't have anybody hiding out the back today, have you?
No, Jane is not there, I promise you.
Because I got in a lot of trouble the last time.
What happened?
Well, everyone kept writing saying that she's not an idiot. And she's not. My wife is not an idiot. She speaks 3 languages fluently.
Really?
None of which anybody can understand.
Did you get a real surprise when Jane came out?
Yeah, I did, actually. I had no idea.
Just thinking, you comics, I mean, you really have got a very busy life, because apart from the fact of having to be funny, you also travel a lot. You personally travel a lot.
Yeah.
For example, where have you been this week?
Well, Monday I was in Perth. I worked over at the Burswood Entertainment Centre for the Golden Plate Awards. I thought it was a racehorse, you know, like the Cox Plate. It was the catering people, the awards for best chef, best restaurant, and I presented the award for the best waiter, who actually served me breakfast the next morning. He walked in and I said, "Your thumb's on my ham and eggs," and he says, "I don't want to drop it again," you know. So he won the award, and then from there I went to the Hobart Casino, which is ridiculous. I've done 2 casinos in 1 week, which is ridiculous to have a comic work in a casino. You know, like, I mean, somebody drops $30,000 on the tables, about to cut his wrist, and they give him a free ticket to listen to the comic. He sits in the front, "Make me laugh." It's a nightmare.
Do you meet many interesting people in your travels?
Yeah, actually flying here today, because we had to leave at 5 o'clock this morning to get here, so it was nice and cold in Tassie. On the plane, I was sandwiched in the middle, and this gambler, mad gambler, couldn't stop, even on the plane. He says, "Do you gamble?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Do you want to gamble now?" I said, "Why not?" He said, "I bet you $50 I can bite my right eye." I thought, okay, I put the money up. He took his eye out, bet it, put it back. I said, "Listen," I want to get my money back. I bet you $100 you can't bite your left eye. Took his teeth out, bit his left. I've never...
Paul, do you, speaking of mouth and food and stuff, do you watch your health very carefully, food-wise?
Well, I do now. Last year, believe it or not, because so much traveling, living in hotels and eating the wrong food at the wrong time of the day, I got up to 13.5 stone. So I went to see a doctor, and he took a blood sample. I said, "I'm very concerned about my cholesterol." He said, "That I can fix. Your liver died last Tuesday." So I had to stop drinking, which is very difficult when you work around musicians.
We know the feeling.
Yeah, it was funny. I worked with the guys a couple of weeks ago, and the manager of the company did not believe in alcohol, and all these lunatics were at the back drinking orange juice. It was quite frightening. In fact, one guy went up to Bill Arrow afterwards and said, "What were you playing, man?" And Bill's went, "That was jazz." And the guy went, "Sounds like you were making it up." But my grandfather was an incredible drinker.
Was he?
Yeah, 103 when he left us.
Dear
He didn't
me.
die. He overslept him. We buried him. But he used to get so drunk he'd ring the police up. That's a drinking problem, you know. He'd say, "Is this a police station?" They'd say, "Yes." He said, "I'd like you to trace this phone call. Ring us back in a couple of minutes and tell me where the hell I am." And he always used to put a bottle when he'd fall out of the pub. He'd go home, and a copper stopped him once at 4:30 in the morning. He was staggering along the road, and the policeman says, "Where are you going?" He said, "I'm going to a lecture." The policeman said, "You're going to a lecture at 4:30 in the morning?" He said, "Sometimes she stays awake until 5 o'clock.
Lovely, lovely.
And he always used to put a bottle of whiskey down his trouser pocket. And one night he's coming home and he tripped and fell down the stairs. And he stood there for about 10 minutes looking at it, and it's trickling down his leg, and his trousers saturated. He went, "Jesus, I hope this is blood."
Paul, you're Irish, as we well know.
Yeah.
You've been here, what, 15 years
15
now?
years, yeah.
Ever get back to the old country?
I was back there 3 years ago. In fact, my brother lives in the city in Ireland, and he was having trouble finding a job. You know, he's a shepherd, and... No, my brother's an idiot. He's got false teeth and wears braces. And I said, "Listen, you've got to get a job." So he went and he got a job on a building site. Most Irish people over there work in building sites. And the foreman says, "Well, now we have a problem. I started a fella yesterday and he didn't turn up. So if he doesn't turn up tomorrow, I'll send him home." and you can have the job. So he started there, and he called him in after 3 days. He said, listen, you've been late for work 3 days in a row. Don't you know what time we start? He says, no, every time I get here, you've started. He said, today, I want you to go and put up telegraph poles with your Australian friend. So he came back that night, 6 o'clock. He was very tired. And the foreman says, how many telegraph poles did you put up today? He said, I put up 6. He said, 6? The Australian put up 29. He says, I know, but look how far he left them out of the ground.
Paul, just before the show, one of the boys in the props area found some masks, and I brought this out to the host set. I'm just wondering if there's anything you could do with it.
Well, yeah, we could...
Not a Reagan, obviously. A couple of things you could do with it, yeah.
I won't... I don't know if you can pick this up through this thing.
You know, I was, the other day, can you hear this?
Yes.
Someone said that Nancy needed a facelift, and I thought that she was beautiful enough, you know. I know Mrs. Hawkes had a facelift, and I think it's only fair, because her husband's had 2 for years. Her husband's had 2 for years.
Thank you, Paul. Paul Martell, ladies and gentlemen. It's great seeing you. Love to train and see you both soon. After this break, we talk about the legend of Ned Kelly. Welcome back. Throughout history, rebels have been romantic characters. They've captured our imagination, and in this country, Australia, what greater rebel was there than Ned Kelly, a man hanged as a criminal? But we're about to be joined by a lady intent on defending his honour. Please welcome Yvonne Nichols. Welcome to our show, Yvonne.
I'm very happy to be here
It's
on
good
this
to-
assignment.
Right, okay. Well, the assignment mainly is to prove the good character of Ned Kelly, right?
Yes, quite. If one has to choose between a scoundrel and a hero, one must say he's a hero. He's the only folk hero we have, and he is acclaimed as the father of our national courage, game as Ned Kelly, and the heart of Australian literature.
What about those people who consider him to be a cop killer and a criminal?
There are people who are very ignorant and too lazy to look at the details. He never was a murderer. He might have been guilty of manslaughter, and he was brought up to face the most awful things you can imagine. His father died when he was 11, and he was the eldest son of a family with 7 of them. And at the age of 11, he had to look after that family. And you had an interview last week with Clayton Barbo.
Clayton Barbo, dear friend of
Yes,
ours.
who said that the young today don't leave adolescence until 27. And this poor child was 11 and had to assume the responsibilities of a stand-in father.
Clayton actually said that on 3 days, because he's the very first extended guest that we had here, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday.
He must
held
have
him over.
believed it.
Well, he did believe it too. I guess what you're saying, all kidding aside, I guess could have more than a modicum of truth, couldn't it?
I think it could, and it only makes Ned Kelly, who suffered injustice after injustice, like being imprisoned for 12 days, 2 months, 3 months, and then found innocent, discharged. That child at 14 was in prison and just had to wait until the courts came from Melbourne to Beechworth.
OK, Yvonne, well, then, historically, how did he go wrong?
I think, you see, this going wrong presupposes that all was fair in the area, and it wasn't. The wealthy squatters were always at loggerheads with the small settlers, and the small selection people couldn't pay the police, and the police were found to be corrupt after the hanging of Ned Kelly, and they were always on the side of the big squatters. So now and then there was a cattle or a sheep or a horse stolen. Now, the first 3 times he was accused of stealing a horse, he hadn't done it, but he went to jail for it. And on one of them, and this was the thing that really killed him, in the end, because he was hanged, was that he was in prison when a horse was stolen by Harry Powers. He was holding the horse when he came out 3 months later for Harry. He was put in prison for stealing that horse, and he was in prison when it was stolen. And Harry received 18 months, and he received 3 years. And he was 16.
But why? Why the injustice?
Because the police were being paid much more by other people, and they were against the Kellys, the Lloyds and the Quinns. And until Kelly was hanged, not one of them were allowed to be selectors.
Whilst you feel very strongly for the rights of Ned Kelly, I think you would have to concede that as the years roll on, more people are becoming across to your way of thinking, aren't they?
Oh, they are.
He's now a hero.
Because, look, they've looked at the court case. They've looked at the murders at Stringy Bark. They've looked at this man's courage. Look, he has all the qualities of a hero. In the first place, he was so handsome. I'm wearing a brooch to show how handsome he was. At 20, he was 6 foot. And at 19, he was the unrivalled champion boxer of the Northeast. And he was courteous. He cared very much for his mother and all women. He was a superb bushman. The police just took 5 years to track him down, you know, with black trackers and everything you can think of. And furthermore, he was not only a horseman, but every time he held up a bank, he held it up for fine reasons. One was to...
Money.
Bert, that's not fair at all. It was money to appeal for his mother, who was put in jail, incidentally, for 3 years with a baby at the breast, for attempted murder of someone that she didn't murder at all. That scoundrel, Fitzpatrick, a policeman, was dismissed from the court, from the force, as an unmitigated liar and a brutal ruffian. But she went to prison for 3 years. She was in prison when he was in prison.
Well, perhaps not in his lifetime, but certainly now in retrospect, Ned, or in this particular time span now, he's a very lucky man because he has someone like you to defend his honour. It's been beautiful talking to you, Yvonne, and I'm sure that you have many, many thousands of people out there who, like you, feel that Ned Kelly was a hero.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yvonne. Thank you. Okay, back to Bastille Day. And when most people think of Bastille Day, they think of revolution and guillotines. But there was also another era and area of dangerous liaisons. Ladies and gentlemen, Ross Skiffington presents Diversions in a Courtly Manner. Ross Skivington then, and diversions in a courtly manner. We're back with you after this break. Welcome back. Our next guest has performed a number of roles on stage and screen, but he's recently taken on a new one that might be seen as a career swerve. Please welcome Gil Tucker. It's a French day today, Gil. Do you speak any French at all?
Mm-hmm.
That's it?
Yeah, that's a bit like whoever the other guy was. No, not that much, mate. I'll say Champs-Élysées.
Yes.
And that's about it, really.
Je parle français, mais je ne parle pas français très bien.
Yes.
That means I don't speak it very well.
Oh, I see.
I think it means that.
Yes.
Gil, I mentioned a career swerve. Well, this is, I mean, coming from acting on stage and screen and in movies and television and the whole thing, then going into herbs.
Herbs. Very
Herbs, as
French.
they say. When I was a kid, if you said herbs, they would think you were just dropping the H and that was all wrong.
And it was something that was in your car, wasn't it? Or wasn't in your car.
Exactly, herbs. So why and how and when and where?
Well, I have a friend who has an organic fruit shop, or had an organic fruit shop in
I didn't know
Kooyong.
what you were going to say then.
Yes,
Right.
organic fruit shop in Kooyong Road, Caulfield, a gentleman called Royce Hagan. And...
Commercial number one.
Oh, yes, commercial number one. Oh, yes, sorry. And Royce... he couldn't handle all the work. He was going around to all these French restaurants and other restaurants, and it was getting so busy that he couldn't handle it, and asked me to come in and give him a hand. So I thought, well, why not?
So,
and I'm enjoying it. Yes, well...
tell us something about the herbs.
They're all mostly all organic. Is this yours?
Yeah, no, it's yours, but if you don't want to have
I
it...
might have a drink if you don't mind.
Certainly, good health. Here you go. Here's to Bastille Day.
Yeah, actually...
Here's to all Bastilles.
Of course, our football song's a French song, isn't it?
That's right, we both follow Fitzroy. We are the boys from old Fitzroy, my lads, we wear the colours, maroon and blue. We will always fight for victory, we will always see it through. Win or lose, we do or die, and in defeat we'll always try. Fitzroy, Fitzroy, the club we hold so dear. Premiers will be this year. Lovely stuff. This will mean not a lot to a lot of people, but a little bit of trivia. Do you know who wrote the words to that song?
No.
A former coach of the Fitzroy Football Club and a former champion of the Fitzroy Football Club, Bill Stephen.
Oh, really?
Billy Stephen wrote those
know
words.
that.
So there you go. Didn't get a cracker for it either.
No, that's-
Tell us about the herbs.
Right, well, we a lot of these are edible, Bert.
Yes, well, I hope so. 'Cause
Well, I
might
mean,
try
the
some,
herbs
I might.
are, but we also got herb flowers that are edible too, like marigolds. These come from a place called Chamomile Farm up in Emerald, and you can eat those. You get a munch on those if you like.
Really?
Yeah, if you want to. I've got some in a salad here for
What do
you.
you mean if I want to? Are they nice?
Well, have a go.
Okay, I will. Gil, do you drive the...
I'll take you out of the show for that.
Do you drive the truck around delivering this sort of
I
stuff?
do.
People must fall in their tracks, do they, when they see
Well,
Gil Tucker?
one guy said to me, he said, "Are you punching a truck, mate?" You know, they can't sort of work out that, you know, might be just driving.
Yeah, they might think it's your day job. I'm going to
that's
try
right.
this now.
Yeah, well, thanks very much, but
Okay,
it's not bad.
Sure.
Yeah, anyone? No.
There you go. No, not can I do a practice form correctly. Oh my God, I don't think I have any more children.
It's about 10 grand's worth.
I must say, it wasn't very, very tasty.
No, well, you're not. I mean, you don't sit down to a bowl full of marigolds, basically.
Well, why did you give them to me?
Well, they're garnishing flowers as well. Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
in there they go.
In there they go. Yes. Now these things like we have a lot of Japanese. How are you going? You all right?
I'm fine, thank you. I just hurt my hip and I'm apart from I'm okay,
I'm
yes.
just wondering if you still got a business. After
Fortunately, we do have a medical centre here at 7 Network. But anything that happens, you get a Band-Aid.
Yeah, well, this is a thing called mustard greens.
Oh.
A term called mustard greens, which you have in a lot of our salads.
Would you like me to try that too?
Well, actually, you probably wouldn't mind that.
Okay, let's have a try. I'll do it delicately this time, as a gentleman.
That fall off the chair. Nice.
Lovely. Like seaweed. That's nice.
And this is rocket. It's slightly hot there.
Too.
A bit hotter.
Lovely.
You've got someone who can take over from you for the show. haven't you? Yeah.
Thousands. Lining up. Would you like that, Gil? I might say it again.
Yeah. Violets, of course. Well, I don't know.
Do I try those?
No, you don't have to. That's eau de cologne.
Why can't I try the violet?
All right,
you,
have a
couldn't,
go.
you couldn't eat that part, could you?
Oh, not really, no.
No, just the leaves.
Just the leaves.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah,
what about
good.
acting-wise, Gil?
Eau de cologne smells nice.
What are you doing acting-wise?
Well, I've just finished a series which I think is coming on this channel
These didn't come straight from the garden, did they?
yesterday.
You washed them?
Yeah, oh, yes. Almost.
Because I know Gil is a mad animal lover. Yep.
Yes. That's Eau de Cologne. Well, I have done a series just recently called All the Rivers Run.
Oh, did you? What did you play in that?
I played a nasty little fellow called Hungry Hopkins and drove a riverboat.
Did you?
Yeah, managed to crash it.
Gil, all kidding aside, do you find it hard to get away from the character from Cop Shop, because that is, television-wise, the most famous thing that you've done? Has Roy haunted you?
Not really. No, the character was very good to me, and I have been able to do other roles, fortunately, other sorts of roles. I mean, I did a role just recently in the ABC called House Rules, which was quite different. I think it is difficult. You can get typecast, but I think if you're fortunate enough to not play yourself, because this is a fairly questionable question, isn't it, whether I was actually playing myself or not. But if you're not playing yourself, you're playing some other character, you have a chance to do something different. I think it's very hard, especially if you're young actors going into the business and they suddenly get a big role and there's so much publicity to say you're a star and you're just playing yourself. You know, they say, well, that's it, and you wonder where your next jobs come from because you can't be versatile. So sometimes it's difficult, but no, I haven't found it too hard. I've got this salad here for you.
Okay,
Should I
let's
say
go
that?
out and having some salad together, eh?
Yep.
So I'd like to see you eat some of your goods too.
Yeah, this is a French salad made by Michael.
French salad, thank you for doing that, because it keeps the
That's right.
continuing theme of Bastille Day.
That's right, and I've got a French chef to make it, Michael Jacks of Renoir.
Ah, commercial number 2 going in there, right?
Yeah. And this is it. It's got escargot in it, of course.
Escargot meaning as in snails?
Oh, yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Great meeting you, Gil. Good luck in all that you do. Gil Tucker.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with you. No, we're not. Now, who can I... It was the fall. I don't know where I am. Who are you? Why are you looking at me? Who are you? I think I've seen you on television, haven't I?
Yes, and I
Is it hard to get back on television? Jeannie Lewis, for a serious moment now. Jeannie, great performer here in Australia. And, of course, a lot of... Pardon me one second, let's have a little sip of this water. Is that yours or mine? Which is... Got to be careful these days,
Haven't got a
you
clue.
know? Yeah. That's mine. Jeannie Lewis, of course, has done many shows, paying tribute to the legendary Edith Piaf. I suppose of all great French performers, Edith, Miss Piaf, was the most famous of all, the most loved of all. And her song was La Vie en Rose, which Jeannie Lewis has made her song.
Quand tu me prends dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, l'a juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. Des yeux qui font baisser les miens, un rire qui se perd sur sa bouche. Voilà le portrait sans retouche de l'homme auquel j'appartiens. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est toi pour moi, moi pour toi dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, l'a juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'appelle, sans en moi mon cœur qui la 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 mon cœur qui bat.
Lovely, Ginny Lewis. Thank you. We're back with you after this break, and Peter Ford talks showbiz, French showbiz. Friday is always showbiz day, and today we do it with a dash of ooh la la and French flair with a man who has danced many times on the tables of the Moulin Rouge in Paris. Ladies and gentlemen, Monsieur Pierre Ford. Well, dear me. Yes, Captain Bligh.
It is. I feel a bit like John Michael coming out.
Well, I'll
with
try
a
and get him
bottle
for
of champagne. Look what I've got here.
Napoleon, look at that.
Well, it's sort of Napoleon. Now, don't ring up and say this isn't authentic, because we know it's not authentic. It's only just done for fun. It's actually a Dutch costume.
Is it really?
We put the French sash across.
Oh, you shouldn't have blown that. No one would have known, because the detail looks terrific. The fact that your little leggings down there won't quite get around the legs.
A battle
Doesn't matter all that
scarf.
much.
Do you
Have a
like
look. Look at the
these?
little leggings down there. Look, down there. Just down there, look. Wow, what about that?
What about the balloons? Now, these are the kids at Baldwin High School have done this. They're setting them all off, hundreds of them. Today, all over Australia, kids at school are doing French things. But these kids have got together and putting French messages on paper there in French and setting them off. And if the kids happen to get one, they get all sorts of prizes.
Isn't that a lovely idea?
Terrific idea.
Oh.
You're going to have a glass of Veuve?
Yes, I certainly will. Just feel like a glass of Veuve Clicquot.
Did you know that the champagne glass, this sort of champagne glass...
I know. I
Did
know.
you?
Yes, Melba.
No.
No?
Nothing to do with it. Marie Antoinette
Oh.
was moulded on Marie Antoinette's breast.
Ah.
It truly was.
We've
As-
got very big ones at home. That's why I probably got the...
I don't know where they got the flute from, but we've got some food as well. Now, this is from Frenchies,
Oh, yes.
and some lovely things here. Now, Bert, I think you should try some of this terrific food.
Well, let me try it first and then tell me what it is.
Well,
eh?
these little party
No,
pie
don't tell me.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
With the thing?
Yep,
For some reason, everyone's got this mad desire today to feed me things.
they're beautiful. I had one outside.
Did you?
Really beautiful.
Okay. This is from Frenchies.
This is from
That's
Frenchies.
free commercial number 5, I reckon, so far. That's that sort of tomato sauce and everything.
All in there, yeah.
I've got a fair idea what this is going to be, but I'll try it.
It's a snail pie, Bert. Little party pies. Can I take my hat off? Because
Certainly.
I feel stupid.
I may need it.
Yes, do you want to try it on?
Look at your hair, Peter.
What?
If only I could do that. Is that your real hair?
It feels like your
Looks
head's all
great.
bristly.
Tell us
and-
about French show business.
French show business. We've got a lot to thank the French for when it comes to show business, because they were originally responsible, of course, for developing the camera. They were playing around with all sorts of chemicals, which then led to movie making. And indeed, at the end of last century, the beginning of this century, they were doing all sorts of movies and really were leading the world when it came to movie making. And along came World War I, and of course, they started fighting wars, and the Americans took over. And
They
they've been
started
making-
entering wars.
They started entering wars, and the Americans took over, and they've been the movie capital ever since. But of course, France has given us so many great stars when you think about it.
Well, yes, let's name a few.
Let's name a few. What about Leslie Caron?
What about Leslie Caron, eh? That's what I say. Beautiful.
Beautiful lady,
Yes.
and still going strong. She's now into her 60s, and of course was here only a matter of a few years ago in a play called, what was it called? 13 Rue de l'Amour.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
You met her, didn't you?
Yes, I did, and also met her partner in that play.
Who was that?
Louis Jourdain.
Louis
He was a very
Jourdain.
nice man. I interviewed him on radio, asked him one question. It took him 45 minutes to tell me how were things in France in the film industry. But a very nice man. Who else is there?
Well, also there is Maurice Chevalier, one of the great
The late
stars.
Maurice Chevalier, wonderful
And
singer.
he started off as an acrobat actually at the Moulin Rouge. Yes, then became a great singer, made lots of movies. And of course, the movie that all those three starred in together was, of course, Gigi.
Gigi.
Everyone remembers
I
Gigi.
remember it well.
Great MGM musical. Brigitte Bardot, or Brigitte Bardot as she's now known. She's now into all the animal cause. And in fact, this year she was asked to be a guest. I haven't had a glass myself. She was asked to be a presenter at the Academy Awards. And she said, yes, I'd do it, providing I can make a speech about animal rights. so they declined her offer. So she's still there in the south of France and apparently still looks terrific.
Don't whine me, whine him. He's the one who's doing all the... You're getting a whine too. You're not taking any notice?
No,
Good
not
on
at
you,
all.
mate. That's really wonderful. Listen, what about Marcel Marceau?
What about
Isn't
Marcel?
he wonderful? I've got
He's
all his
terrific.
records.
Yes.
He's just wonderful.
He's back here in September. Great mime artist, renowned right around the world. But every time he comes here, though, they keep saying this is the last tour ever by Marcel Marceau, but he keeps on coming back. And does anyone remember this next still we've got here, this fabulous star of years gone by?
Fifi d'Orsay.
Oh, I didn't mean you. I meant the
Oh, I'm
audience.
sorry. I beg your pardon.
Fifi d'Orsay, who was billed as being the French bombshell. And she made lots of movies called, he said, trying to be the kid, They Had to See Paris, Hot for Paris, and she really was a Parisian sex symbol. But the joke of the whole thing was she was from St. Louis, Missouri, had never stepped foot outside America in her
Well,
life.
I'll be buttoned on both sides.
Anyway, she then went on a religious kick and started lecturing around all the halls about religion, and she found God.
Peter, well, I didn't even know he was lost. OK, Peter, thank you very much indeed for being with us today. It's been wonderful talking about French show business, and I look forward to talking to you again next week.
Thanks, Bert.
Peter Ford. And after this break, Chelsea Brown's got a Chelsea Brown on Bastille Day. You sure? OK. I'm just trying to explain to Peter O'Connor, my foreman. Just a minute for a second, Peter. We had this meeting, and I can't do anniversaries and birthdays and parties and all that sort of, and Cheerios. So who was the cameraman who hurt himself terribly? Alan McNair, one of the boys here who suffered, 18 stitches or something you had to have. Yeah. Alan, I'm terribly sorry. I can't send you a Cheerio and wish you all the best from all the gang here on the 7 Network, and I'm sorry about that, OK?
We're out of time.
OK, thanks, Peter. To present now the most famous of all French songs, I Love Paris, I'd like you to welcome Chelsea Brown and the Bastille Beauties. Chelsea.
Every time I look down on this town, whether blue or gray be her skies, whether lucky first kiss, whether soft be her tears, more and more do I realize I love Paris in the springtime. I love Paris in the fall. I love Paris in the winter when it drizzles. I love Paris in the summer when it sizzles. I love Paris every moment, of the year. I love Paris. Why, oh, why do I love Paris?
Kelsey Brown and company, and I Love Paris. And we're back with you after this break. And that's our Bastille Day show for you today. Before we go, from Tom Carroll, our rails bookmaker in Brisbane, he's done pretty well, you know, so far. 3rd and 2 seconds. Tomorrow a winner called Winner's Intent, race 6, horse 3 in Sydney. Next week, big news for the Bert Newton Show. As of Monday, we go to 90 minutes, an hour and a half every day, Monday to Friday. And next week, you'll meet Olivia Newton-John, Pat Farah, Rita Rudner, Buzz Aldrin, Christine Keeler, Trish Noble, and many, many more, including me, Monday at 12 midday. Until then, goodbye, have a great weekend, and God bless you, and viva la France!
At the Hilton on the Park. This has been a Jim McKay production for the Australian Television Network.